Dudes and dudettes, good evening. A guy from PE, I think it was, asked me, I can't even remember where, it's just one of the questions that sort of stuck. What do I mean by highlights? And I thought, shit, you know what? I still need to pick up some of the highlights on this thing. I haven't done all of it. I might as well just show you. Look what I mean by highlights. That's by the age-old dry brushing techniques. With the idea of it being that when you dry brush, all the high points, you highlight. And that makes it pop out. Okay, because in a model, you want to sort of, because it's much smaller than real life, you want to sort of accentuate. Now, there's a fancy word for Afrikaans, dude. Accentuate your high points, okay, to make it pop. Now, you will see there on this break, for instance, there it was done. Now, what you need is a little brush, specific old one if you can, but get one with short bristles that's rather hard, okay, hardish bristle. Then you take a paint. Don't take a white. Take like an off-white, buttermilk, that beige even, that sort of thing. And you've got to be careful. I normally dip it in here and then brush it out on my hand until there's almost no paint. That's why my hands always look like this, you see. Now, let me show you what I mean. You see on this bearing cover here, okay, the camera makes it very, very, see, with a naked eye, you can't really see it. You see it's there, but it's not popping. Now, if you dry brush that, and you do that, see. Now, check on the bearing cover. You see how it pops. You see this side here at the angle, you can't really see. That's what I mean. Now, you do all the high points, like there and there, to make it. You see now, the detail, that block in there, you didn't even see that block before. Look at the other side. You can see there's something there, but it's not pronounced. It's not clear. So once you do that, see, it pops out. That's if the thing focuses. It pops out. So you do that bearing cover there, you do that there. Now then your overall, everything underneath, you just go like that. And just brush it in. You see there where the hole is. Now, normally you don't see that there's a ring around it. You see the hole, but you don't see the ring. And that's just extra detail. And it's not detrimental to any of the previous weathering you did. You know, it enhances it. Now, these little brackets that we bend here, now, just to make them, you see there, you can barely see that whole, any detail here. You can't discern detail. But look when it gets highlighted, how it pops. And you see we do the arm there too. Now, you can see all the detail there. Now, compare that to the back one here. You see this here, it's like toothy. Toothy. But you can't see it unless you go and highlight it. Now, it's toothy. You see. So you go all along here and you just highlight the stuff we did here. You can even go a little bit on the back there. Now check that rear. You can see the difference between that one and this one. Now you just go, let's concentrate on that one. You just go and it pops. Boom. Lovely. Here at the bottom there's a lot of detail, so do those two just to sort of, you see. Now on your, let's do that one too, just where you can, yeah, you see the highlights there. Do that, do the one there just so you can see more detail. You see this pipe here, this is something I hand built, and you can't really see that there's a couple of thicknesses of pipe there until you highlight it. then you can see the rim of it. You check what I mean. Here by the steps where they normally trap, you just highlight there. Now the other thing, I almost did the grids up top here. Okay, so you put some more paint on your thing. Brush it out, brush it out, brush it out, brush it out. Shake it out. That said that I'm shaking is going to have a heart attack. Until it's nice and there's nothing there. And don't press down on your brush too much. You know, just slightly. So you see, you've got the catwalk there now, but you can't see the diamond thread. Now, once you go with this, let me just do a little piece here, and then you can see what I mean. You see the difference? You can't see shit there, and here you can see now that it's diamond thread. Now, the trick is, leave little blots here and there, you know, so that you, and keep a cotton bud handy that I haven't got. Hang on. If you go over the line like I did there now, like there, just brush it in. It's weathering. It's not an exact science, but you don't want lines. This is the magic thing with weathering. Nowhere must you have a solid line on a shadow or where you made it dirty. That's what highlight does. You accentuate detail. But on a body like that there, that's why I love the airbrush there, you must never have a line. It must always blend in so that it looks like the rest of the train. So you see, you just go light brush here. And because there's so little paint on it, you see what I did there now. That is a blot. So you don't want that. You take that off a bit and blend it in a little bit and then carry on. Because that was a solid line. You know, the whole idea is that you have it blended in without having too much detail at one spot. Okay, you'll get the hang of it. You know, it's okay, now you see, let's do a little bit there. But you see now you can see that it's diamond thread. And the overall effect it has on the train, once you've done everything, is a more aged look. It just pops. It's just a more authentic look. Now, the other thing is like, yeah, I've done already. You couldn't see the little boltos holes on it. You couldn't see these. The highlights bring all of that out. You see it, this little pipe here, also one that I built. You see now, I just push it over it, and there you go. See the highlights there. You know, we put so much detail, and you want people to see it. So you see now, there you have it. Check how bland that thing in the back looks there until you give it a pop. And then your end result will always be more sort of pleasing to the eye. Okay, I'm not going to do that one too. You see now what I've done on the... But you see there, you see the front bit versus the back bit that's not done. Yeah, I'm not going to repeat myself. Check here, there's no detail on that. And you just give it a little bit of pop because there's always a lot of stuff going on there. So, you know, you can also go afterwards, which I normally do. Once you've done this, spray a clear coat over it because it takes the starkness away and sort of blends it more. Depends, if you want the starkness, keep it, because that's also, to me, it's pretty. I like the starkness. It's just detail. You see there? So that is the sort of thing that you get. All right, yeah. You see, there's nothing done there. But yeah, I just highlighted a little bit of this. It's just doesn't change the color or anything. It's just to make it pop. All right, so that's highlighting. I'm going to carry on with it. I'll speak to you guys later. And then I'll show you the handrails. I'll give you a sneak peek. There's the handrails on the other side. It's a shitty job. I got the windows in the front Wipers are on there. Now it's these windows, and then the back one there. And then I'll show you the train when it's done. We'll run it up top there. Probably tomorrow sometime. Okay, goed guys, tot ziens.